They say there's an evil genius at Red Bull that's been shaping championship drivers. Ever heard of Sebastian Vettel or Max Verstappen? Helmut Marko is the man that groomed them. How was he involved? And how did he influence the careers of such prolific drivers? Marko's association with Red Bull Racing isn't by chance. It's a meticulously crafted relationship, fostered over years of shared vision and relentless pursuit of excellence. Red Bull recognized a gem when they saw one. Marko's transition to a managerial role post his racing career was the beginning of a transformative era for Red Bull Racing. His eye for talent, coupled with an unwavering resolve to develop world-class drivers, set him apart. The Red Bull Driver Development Program is where raw talent gets honed into racing excellence. Under Marko's stewardship, this program has churned out drivers who have not only raced for Red Bull, but have left an indelible mark in the annals of Formula One. The program is rigorous, a reflection of Marko's uncompromising approach towards achieving greatness. The names Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen resonate across the Formula One fraternity. These drivers, now celebrated, were once raw talents, their potential recognized and nurtured by Marko. His commitment to nurturing young talent has not only enriched Red Bull Racing, but has also contributed to the sport in a manner few have. But how did this all begin? Helmut Marko's venture into the racing world began humbly in Super V, then onto Formula 3 in 1969. 1971, a pivotal year for Marko as he steered his career onto the Formula One tracks, driving for the BRM team. Though his Formula One stint spanned a mere 2 years, it was packed with experiences that honed his understanding of the sport. The allure of endurance racing beckoned Marko. His prowess shone brightly at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1971, where alongside Gijs van Lennep, he clinched victory, setting a distance record that stood unbroken for 39 years. Helmut Marko's racing career came to an abrupt halt in 1972 during the French Grand Prix when a stone thrown up by another car penetrated his helmet visor and seriously damaged his left eye, resulting in a loss of vision that effectively ended his racing career. With his racing days behind him, Marko looked to leverage his rich racing experience and knowledge of motorsports in a new capacity. His deep understanding of the sport and its intricacies put him in good stead to explore opportunities off the track. 1989 marked the birth of RSM Marko Race Team, a venture that saw Marko dive into team management in Formula 3 and Formula 3000. This was not just a team. It was a statement of Marko's enduring commitment to motorsports. His efforts caught the eye of Red Bull's owner, Dietrich Mateschitz, who brought Marko on board to oversee Red Bull's driver development program. Marko's acumen for spotting and nurturing young talent made him an integral part of Red Bull's ambitious motorsports project. The turn of the Millennium saw RSM Marko morph into the Red Bull Junior team. Marko now had the reins of Red Bull's driver development program, a critical forge for shaping raw talent into Formula One-ready racers. From 2005, the advisory baton at Red Bull Racing was handed to Marko, extending to Scuderia Toro Rosso in 2006. His strategic acumen was now at the service of not one, but two premier Formula One teams. Marko's pragmatic vision melded with a professional approach towards driver development. It wasn't merely about on-track talent, it was about molding a holistic racing persona. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner praises Marko's tough management style. Horner stated that if young drivers can't withstand Marko's demands, they won't survive in Formula One. Marko's knack for identifying potential champions early in their careers is well known. Recognizing Vettel's exceptional talent, Marko brought him into the Red Bull Junior team in 1999, providing him with the platform to hone his skills and gain valuable experience. Marko ensured Vettel had the opportunity to compete in competitive racing environments, facilitating his progression through lower formulas. Vettel's growth in the motorsport ladder was significantly accelerated, with Marko orchestrating his path through the different racing tiers, eventually leading to Formula One. Marko's mentorship was a crucial factor in Vettel's development. His guidance in racing strategies, understanding the technical aspects of the car, and managing the psychological pressures of racing were instrumental in molding Vettel into a well-rounded driver. Under Marko's wing, Vettel had access to top-notch technical training and racing infrastructure. Marko's insights into race tactics and technical adjustments were invaluable, aiding Vettel in exploiting the full potential of his car and team. Marko's tough management style prepared Vettel for the high-pressure environment of Formula One. The resilience and mental toughness cultivated through this rigorous preparation were evident as Vettel faced and overcame various challenges on his way to multiple championships. Daniel Ricciardo's Formula One journey was also significantly influenced by Marko's mentorship. Helmut Marko was the one to contact Daniel Ricciardo about his Formula One debut back in 2011, demonstrating his role in identifying and providing initial opportunities to promising drivers. Ricciardo acknowledged receiving a lot of shit from Helmut Marko, reflecting Marko's tough love approach and stringent training regime that aims to rigorously prepare drivers for the competitive environment of Formula One. Marko played an influential role in promoting Ricciardo within the Red Bull racing hierarchy. After his stint with HRT, Ricciardo moved to Toro Rosso, and eventually to Red Bull Racing, where he secured multiple Grand Prix victories. Marko's keen eye for talent spotted Max Verstappen at a young age as well. After Max Verstappen's success in the Formula 3 circuit, where he secured 6 consecutive wins, Helmut Marko recognized his potential and decided to fast-track his entry into Formula 1. This was a significant move as Verstappen was only 17 years old at that time, and the call to bring him into Formula 1 was made after a dominant performance at the Nürburgring in Nuremberg under challenging weather conditions. A few days post his 17th birthday in October 2014, Max Verstappen was tested in a Toro Rosso F1 car during the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka, indicating Marko's trust in his capabilities despite his young age. Marko's belief in Verstappen's talent further materialized when, just 4 races into the 2016 season with Scuderia Toro Rosso, Verstappen was promoted to Red Bull Racing during the Spanish Grand Prix. This promotion was significant as Verstappen was only 18 years old, making him one of the youngest drivers in F1 history to race for a top-tier team. Verstappen capitalized on this opportunity by securing his first F1 victory during that very race weekend, underlining his readiness and justifying Marko's decision to promote him. This victory was not just a personal triumph for Verstappen, but also a vindication of Marko's faith in his talent. Marko's affinity for nurturing young talent created a conduit for numerous aspiring drivers. This endeavor not only enriched Red Bull Racing, but also infused fresh talent into Formula One. Now, as great as he is at developing talent, Marko's journey hasn't been without controversy. His stringent approach to driver development has often come under scrutiny, sometimes seen as overly harsh. Marko received a written warning from Formula One's governing body after he attributed the inconsistent form of Red Bull's Mexican driver Sergio Perez to certain factors. This incident underscores Marko's straightforward approach in assessing driver performances, even when his remarks might stir controversy. Marko's remarks about Sergio Perez were deemed completely unacceptable by Lewis Hamilton, underlining the ongoing efforts to improve inclusivity in the sport. This reaction from a fellow F1 personality highlights the level of attention Marko's comments can garner within the F1 community. Following the backlash, Marko issued an apology for his comments, acknowledging that they were inappropriate. Marko himself acknowledged that he does not mind having a cold-hearted reputation if it entails being straightforward with drivers or even their parents regarding their performance and potential in the sport. We did mention that the Red Bull driver program is a crucible, after all. If you can't take the tough love, it might be time to leave.
If you liked this video, please let us know by clicking like, commenting, or subscribing. It's the best way for us to know how to refine the channel going forward.